Okay, gaming enthusiasts. It's been like 2 weeks. Sorry about that. I appreciate all the positive feedback for my Stoneshard videos. It's really uplifting. I just want to say though that I pretty much already decided to do the dagger geomancy build. I'm gonna accept any feedback I got, but sorry for kind of trolling. I was like, I'm not getting any responses, and then I got quite a few pretty good ones. And if you're wondering, no, I will never stop using that explosion effect. I was gonna do this huge video of all the tips I got from that one massive comment and some other stuff that I thought was just information you'd either have to Google or look for guides because it wasn't available. But that's kind of proving to be a massive undertaking. I mean, I haven't even found the inns yet. Yeah, I know, it's a walking sim, but it's my walking sim.
K-pop? Are you kidding me? This dude's racist.
Anyways, so I decided that there is one section of that I think has enough content for a full video for a variety of reasons, and it would be the brewery side quest. Try saying brewery into a mic, it sucks.
Dead from lack addiction.
Yeah, so pretty early on you can accept a quest from Odar to clear out this brewery in exchange for a cart and horses. There's a bit of a narrative twist here. From what I can find, the branching paths were added last year, and I just never noticed it. I guess for clarification, you talk to Yug. I don't know how to say that. When you talk to the carpenter guy in Osbrook, he'll tell you about this guy named Dwar and how he mysteriously disappeared, and that kind of used to just be the end of it, where he'd vaguely accuse Odar of having something to do with it, and if you asked him about it, he'd be like, what Dwar? I don't know what you're talking about. But they actually added something. When you accept the brewery quest, you can go to Yurg and bribe him, and that will initiate this alternate branch of the quest. In fact, I was so unaware of this when I made that little Stoneshard montage video. That was my Arna playthrough, and I actually commented on how one of the people in the brewery shouted for guards, and it made no sense since he was supposed to be a bandit. But the TLDR of this is that Yurg will tell you a story of how the miller was forced out of town by... Yurg will tell you a story about how the miller was murdered by bandits, and Odar did nothing to help, and he'll accuse him of being complicit in that. And when you go to the brewery after doing that, you can actually talk to the guards. And I did not know this. I've just always killed them. So hopefully if you're interested and you're like me, this will provide a new opportunity to regret a lot of life decisions you've made in Stoneshard. Now I will say that one of the outcomes of this quest causes you to lose reputation in Osbrook, so perhaps to prepare for that, I do recommend that you take a couple of the side quests offered, like gathering the herbs for Frid, the blacksmith's quest. Not only do these give you money, but the reputation bonus from them actually does offset it by a bit. I don't believe you could really offset the entire reputation drop with all of the beginner quests in Osbrook unless you're a mad lad, because I think you have to go like kill a bison or something. Kind of tiptoeing here because I don't want to spoil the entire thing. I just want to make people aware that this exists because I really appreciate this alternate ending to what you actually do. I'm sick of dealing with Odar apologists. This man is floating around doing all sorts of wizardry. He's sleeping on the job. I don't like him. I don't have a script. This is the spoiler section. Alright, I give you 5 seconds. I give you 10 seconds. Okay, anyways, back to it. You'll talk to Crom. Crom claims he's the master brewer, and that brewery is his property. He says Odar's been sending thugs to attack him. So basically at this point, you can either just, like, I guess kill them all. I mean, if you're doing all this, I don't know why you just kill them all then. It seems like a lot of extra work, but I believe you have the option to attack them or help Crom by killing Odar's thugs. So when I brought up this quest to someone, their first response was, well, maybe the guy at the brewery is lying. Maybe he is a bandit. But I think the dev's intention and several in-game clues will kind of tip you off that it seems like Crom is most likely telling the truth. Yet again, when you actually wipe out the brewery without asking questions, not only the guard thing, but a lot of them don't really look like bandits. Okay, so Crom tells you to kill Odar's thugs. You go to the north, or I guess wherever they spawn, maybe it's RNG. And you kill them, and they're like frighteningly easy. I mean, I guess if you just bait them out, that's how I play Stoneshard at this point, I don't care. So anyways, you kill them, you know, you kill their dogs, Peto's mad, that sort of stuff. You go back to Crom, he's like, all this for a cart and some horses, you earned it, kid. Here's a cart and some horses. He actually becomes this awesome merchant that sells you beer. But here's the thing, when people talk about Crom, they're like, yeah, you should do it because he sells beer, which is a commodity. So the kegs of beer are huge and don't have any use, but the thing is that you can sell them to bars in the world and you just make a straight profit, like a couple hundred gold. So whenever he refreshes his stock, you're looking at a few hundred free gold as long as you have the inventory space. Very useful. But that's not even the best part. Here's the real thing. You listening? This is amazing. If you don't have reputation anywhere in the game, which you probably won't because it's early on, he also sells like smoked ham for really cheap. I think it was like 20 gold, 20 dinars. What game is this? And smoked ham never goes bad, and it's just a really good food item, and he'll sell those for cheap as well. Obviously, he sells like tons of beer and stuff. Like if you're interested in that, that's cool. But the food is like amazing because you can just basically buy rations off him, buy a keg of beer, and be looking at like 200 plus gold in profit. Or you could have killed him and got a cart and horse, which Crom gives you anyways. The downside is, in order to fully complete the quest, you need to go back and accuse Odar, and this is why I think the theory that Crom is lying is probably not true. When you go to accuse Odar, he kind of like admits to it, and he tries to pay for your silence. You can either accept his bribe or ask him to just leave the brewery alone. Now, since Crom is my new favorite NPC in this video game, I asked him to just leave the brewery alone. I don't really care, I'm gonna be making way more money off of those kegs of beer. And you go back to Crom and he seems pretty pleased by it. I don't know if choosing to not accept the gold has any other effect, or if the brewery has some sort of reputation. From what I've seen, it doesn't seem to have a visible reputation on the table when you check your journal. What I do know is that none of the guards treat you any differently, which is probably the worst part of this. I hope that at some point they update the guards to be like really friendly to you, because if you really think about it, I could have slayed them all. They owe me. Strangely enough, the one that tends the horse, you can ask for rumors, but it seems you can't with the rest. And then yeah, you'll see Crom inside his little brewery. He's my best friend, I love Crom. When you do this and actually fully complete the quest, you suffer like a massive reputation loss in Osbrook. I guess everyone hates you now. But if you've done some of the beginner quests and a couple contracts, it'll mitigate it pretty severely, to the point where maybe you'll suffer a little bit of price gouging, but it's pretty easy to just return yourself to neutral. And then do contracts, and I guess Odar just forgets completely about it. Maybe he has Alzheimer's, I don't know. You return to Yurg, and he's pretty appreciative, but he kind of outs himself as a coward. I mean, Yurg says that most of the villagers are going to go along with Odar because Odar brings them prosperity or cheap prices or something. So he's like, everyone in Osbrook's evil. I don't know. Regardless, Yurg offers to give you a special discount, which in this playthrough I actually happen to not be using any wooden weapons, so I'm not actually sure if his prices improved for the better, but at least he has a dialogue option. From what I understand, prior to that, he would just hate you along with everyone else, which made no sense. But yeah, that's pretty much how you unlock the brewery, as like a travel destination, trade destination. I mean, there's one merchant there. So I hope if you were unaware of this side quest, as I was, this will be a helpful little video just explaining that this does in fact exist, and you're missing out on profits. Your margins are being hit if you slay the brewers, if you slay the Milwaukee Brewers. Hoping to have the Stoneshard intermediate tips, or whatever I call it, out by next week, but that's wishful thinking. Anyways, in the meantime, I might release little tidbits like this. Thank you for watching. Have a good weekend. Stay safe to all my Slavic viewers. I appreciate some of the comments I got, and yeah, see ya.